All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast. Now, in a shocking three-team trade, the Memphis Grizzlies, Boston Celtics, and Washington Wizards um, made a deal. And two of the particulars in this deal that I want to talk about are guard Marcus Smart leaving Boston for Memphis, and forward Kristaps Porzingis getting set to don Celtic green. Now, just like it is in the title and the info of this podcast, will the Boston Celtics rue the day that they traded Marcus Smart? And I say that because Marcus Smart, to me, and some might agree with this and some might, some might not, it's all good. To me, Marcus Smart has been the heart and soul of that Celtics team for the last several years. And I know that Boston has come up short in their quest to win an NBA championship, but nonetheless, Marcus Smart has been the heart and soul. This guy, he leaves it all out on the court. Nobody will ever dispute that. I mean, he can dig in at the defensive end. He can make that basket if you need it. And he's just one of those guys that just does all of the intangibles, all of the dirty stuff. And guys like that, they're very difficult to replace. So I'm just wondering, if the Celtics are going to rue the day that they made this trade. Now, for me, Boston felt like they had to make a change to this roster. And, they've been unable to break through. They got to the finals last year. Of course, this year they were down 3-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals, came back before losing in Game 7 at home to the Miami Heat. You're bringing in Kristaps Porzingis, but is he the full answer? I mean, Porzingis will give the Celtics a scoring presence in their front court. But if you followed Kristaps Porzingis' career, he has excelled more, in my opinion, when he's the guy, not when he has to be the second or third option on a team. And now going to Boston, Porzingis is going to be the third fiddle behind Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. So that right there, how is Porzingis going to fit into all of that? We've got to wait and see. Also, will Porzingis be ready for the pressure of playing in Boston? Because there are championship expectations there. And on top of that, you're the guy that the Celtics got back from Marcus Smart. And again, when you have somebody who to me is a heart and soul of a team, and you're the guy that's coming in as part of a trade, or you're being the guy to replace said guy, it's one of those where you know what, the onus is going to be on you to deliver. So we got to see if Porzingis is going to be ready for that. Now, to me as a whole, the Boston Celtics, and I said this this year once they were eliminated, when they got to the finals last year, Boston did it with their defense. Yes, they scored the points, but they knew what it took at the defensive end, and they dug in to make those necessary stops. This year, Boston was not as good defensively as they were last year. To me, I think the Celtics have focused too much on being a perimeter team. This is a team that really needs a true point guard, and they have to stop focusing on the three-point shots. Porzingis can score from 15 feet and in. Sometimes, he gets a little, comfortable out there camping out on the three-point line. And I've talked about Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. Both of these guys are not consistent three-point shooters. They're better when they're getting to the basket, and they're also better when they're posting up. So until that philosophy changes for the Celtics, you can bring in all the names that you want, but it's not going to amount to a hill of beans. For Boston, again, how do you replace Marcus Smart? That is going to be the big question going forward. And I think Marcus Smart is going to embrace playing for the Memphis Grizzlies. If you're Memphis, you have distanced yourselves from Dylan Brooks, but you bring in a guy who plays with a chip on his shoulder like Dylan Brooks, but it's more of a controlled aggression, if you will. And I think this is definitely going to benefit the Memphis Grizzlies, who themselves need to get back to being a better defensive team. And I think the presence of Marcus Smart will do that. And I think Marcus Smart is a guy to me who already plays with a chip on his shoulder. I think this is only going to enhance that due to the fact that, you know what, he probably feels like the Celtics didn't believe in him, obviously, because of the fact that they traded him. But for Porzingis, like I said, he's got some big shoes to fill. And, you're going there to Boston. This is a team that has championship expectations. So we just have to wait and see how it works out for him there. I'm not surprised that the Celtics, brought Porzingis into the fray. I am surprised that they had to give up Marcus Smart. I know initially there were rumors about a trade involving Malcolm Brogdon, but the rumors were that fell through due to worry, like questions about Malcolm Brogdon's injury history. But nonetheless, this is a shakeup. So the Celtics are good enough to win in the regular season. We've seen that. They're good enough to make a deep postseason run. We've seen that as well, as you're talking about a team that since 2017 has at least made the Eastern Conference Finals 5 times. So, will this trade get the Boston Celtics over the hump? Only time will tell. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. Now, you can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, and I'm signing off. And I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.